Good morning, students. This is Mrs. Von Maxey here again with Mrs. Von Maxey Reads. Today we are going to cover Edwina the Emu, which is the sequel to the book we read last week, Edward the Emu. And this week we are using this to help with our narrative essay on the time when you helped someone. Let's keep that in mind when we are taking a look at Edwina the Emu. So we found Edwina in the last book. She was the emu that was brought in to take Edward's place. And we found out at the end that they kind of liked each other. Well, let's go ahead and take a look. Seems like they are very quite comfortable together. There once were two emus who lived in the zoo. One was Edwina and Edward was two. They played every night. There was never a fight, and they cuddled up close to keep warm every night. As they sat there one day, entwining their legs, Edwina announced she laid 10 eggs. Ew! Shouted Edward. He seemed to be choking. 10 little emus? You've got to be joking. I'm not, said Edwina, but don't get depressed. I'll look for a job. You stay on the nest. So I think Edwina is going out to help her family. An ad in the paper said, dance the ballet. If you've got the legs, we're willing to pay. Great, said Edwina. That would be fine. I'll hop on a bus and I'll be there at 9. Emus definitely have long legs, as we see here. The director called out the next ballerina, and onto the stage stepped the lovely Edwina. She whirled and she waltzed, she twirled and she leapt. Then she twisted her links in a grand pirouette. The man shouted. He seemed to be choking. An emu dance ballet? You've got to be joking. I'm not, said Edwina, but don't laugh at me. I'll find the right job soon. You just wait and see. An ad in the paper said Chimney to sweep. Stick your neck out, you could make a heap. I will, said Edwina. Now this will be fun. I'll hop on a bus and I'll be there by 1. Up on the roof, the wind whistled about. I'm ready, the lady below shouted out. I'll be just a minute, Edwina called back. Then she pushed till she popped through, bristled and black. Said the lady. She seemed to be choking. An emu chimney sweeps? You've got to be joking. I'm not, said Edwina, but don't laugh at me. I'll find the right job soon. You just wait and see. I like her perseverance. She's not willing to give up. An ad in the paper said, waiter required. If you're quick on your feet, you're sure to be hired. Yes, said Edwina, that's perfect for me. I'll hop on a bus and I'll be there by 3. Look at those people on the bus. They seem to be quite interested in her. Quite surprised. Edwina served tea to her man in a hat. Would you like me to bring you a meal with that? Yes, said the man. I'll have sausages fried with a couple of nice runny eggs on the side. What do you predict Edwina the Emu is going to say about that? He wants eggs for breakfast. I'll give you a moment to think. Especially with this being her reaction. Said Edwina, she seemed to be choking. You want to eat eggs? You've got to be joking. I'm not, said the man. Eating eggs is the best. I once ate 10 of them straight from a nest. I don't think she's going to like that too much. Edwina ran out. She ran into the street. It was true when she said she was quick on her feet. Taxi, she cried. Take me home. Make it fast. I know what the right job for me is at last. So what do you think she's going to do? How can she best help her family? Oh, poor Edward. He's been working hard. It was late when Edwina got back to the nest. You're late, muttered Edward, and I need a rest. You're right, said Edwina. From now on, we share. I'll sit on the nest, you pull up a chair. So it seems like she might have found the best way to help her family. Look at those little babies. There once were 12 emus who lived in the zoo. One was Edwina and Edward was two. Then Fluffy and Scruffy and Sniffly Sneeze and Fatty and Footloose and Noddly Knees and Lollipop Legs and Shortening and Squeak and the last little emu, they called that one Eek. So I love this book. I love this book because it shows that she didn't give up, but she also found what was best for her, just like Edward found out what was best for him. And I hope you can use this to help you understand your personal narrative today or how to write a personal narrative about helping someone. Have a great day, friends.